In the world of mixed martial arts MMA, few figures are as synonymous with the Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC, as Dana White and Joe Rogan. Their partnership has played a pivotal role in the growth and popularity of the UFC, often intertwining their personal and professional lives. However, their bond faced significant strain in 2022, amid a controversy that nearly led White to walk away from the organization he helped build. Joe Rogan is not just a UFC color commentator. He is a multifaceted personality known for his stand-up comedy, acting, and hosting the wildly popular podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience. Launched in 2009, the podcast has attracted millions of listeners and featured an eclectic mix of guests, including fighters, scientists, authors, and celebrities. Rogan's candid, unfiltered style has made him a respected voice in many circles, but it has also drawn criticism. In early 2022, Rogan found himself embroiled in controversy when clips emerged from past episodes of his podcast, where he used racial slurs and discussed sensitive topics in ways that many deemed inappropriate. The backlash was swift and severe, with critics calling for accountability and consequences for his language. Social media erupted with discussions about the implications of his words, leading to a broader conversation about race, language, and responsibility in the media. In response to the uproar, Rogan issued a public apology. He acknowledged that his language was offensive and expressed regret for any hurt he caused. However, he also defended himself, claiming that many of the clips were taken out of context. Rogan argued that his intention was never to promote hate, but to engage in open dialogue, a hallmark of his podcasting approach. Despite his efforts to clarify his stance, the damage was done. The controversy quickly escalated, with calls for the UFC to sever ties with Rogan. The situation put the organization in a precarious position, as they had to navigate the fallout while considering the implications for their brand and public image. As the controversy unfolded, the UFC executives faced mounting pressure to take action against Rogan. Many within the organization believed that distancing themselves from him might be necessary to protect the UFC's reputation. However, Dana White, the UFC's president, had a different perspective. White had known Rogan for years. Their friendship extended beyond the business realm. He viewed Rogan as an irreplaceable part of the UFC's identity, someone who had contributed immensely to its growth and success. For White, Rogan's commentary added an essential layer of excitement and authenticity to the fights, enhancing the overall experience for fans. Faced with the possibility of the UFC parting ways with Rogan, Dana White made a bold declaration. He threatened to resign from his position if the UFC decided to cut ties with his longtime friend. This ultimatum underscored White's loyalty to Rogan and highlighted the complicated dynamics that often exist in high-pressure environments like the UFC. Recalling the situation during a recent appearance on the Lex Fridman podcast, White expressed his unwavering commitment to those who stand by him. He stated, "Anybody who is with me and has been with me knows, when you're with me, you're with me." This sentiment encapsulated the essence of their friendship and the lengths to which White was willing to go to defend it. The controversy surrounding Rogan had immediate repercussions not only for him personally but also for his career. While he managed to retain his position as the UFC's color commentator, the incident prompted discussions about accountability and the responsibilities of public figures. Many began to question whether Rogan's past actions would overshadow his contributions to the sport. The situation also revealed the precarious nature of fame and success, particularly in a world where social media amplifies voices and opinions. Rogan's experience served as a stark reminder of how quickly public perception can shift, and how past actions can come back to haunt even the most successful individuals. For the UFC, navigating the controversy was a delicate balancing act. On one hand, they needed to consider the sentiments of their fans and stakeholders, many of whom expressed outrage at Rogan's comments. On the other hand, they faced the reality that Rogan was a significant asset to their brand. His commentary and insights had become integral to the UFC's broadcasts, and his presence attracted a vast audience. The UFC's decision to keep Rogan on board was met with mixed reactions. Some applauded White for standing by his friend, while others criticized the organization for failing to hold Rogan accountable. This dichotomy highlighted the complexities of brand management in the modern age, where public sentiment can be both a driving force and a potential pitfall. The fallout from Rogan's controversy extended beyond his personal situation, igniting broader discussions about race, language, and accountability in the media. The incident prompted many to examine how language impacts society, particularly within the context of entertainment and sports. Critics argued that public figures have a responsibility to be aware of their language and the potential consequences of their words. The debate over what constitutes acceptable language in public discourse became a focal point, with calls for greater sensitivity and understanding. This dialogue was particularly relevant in the context of the UFC, a sport with a diverse fan base and a history of grappling with issues related to race and representation. Rogan's situation also underscored the role of media in shaping narratives and public perception. The clips that surfaced were often taken from longer conversations, leading to questions about the ethics of editing and presenting content in a way that could misrepresent the speaker's intentions. This raised important questions about media responsibility and the need for context in discussions about sensitive topics. The incident highlighted the power of social media as a tool for amplification, allowing voices to be heard while also creating the potential for misinterpretation. In an age where information spreads rapidly, the repercussions of words can be magnified, leading to swift and far-reaching consequences. Dana White's decision to stand by Joe Rogan during the controversy speaks to the strength of their friendship. In high-stakes environments like the UFC, loyalty can be a rare commodity. White's willingness to threaten his position for the sake of his friend illustrates the depth of their relationship and the value he places on personal connections. Friendships forged in the crucible of intense competition and pressure often become a source of strength and support. White's loyalty to Rogan serves as a reminder that, even in the face of controversy, personal bonds can withstand external challenges. The dynamic between White and Rogan also raises questions about how personal relationships intersect with professional responsibilities. In the world of sports and entertainment, the lines between friendship and business can become blurred. Navigating these complexities requires a delicate balance, as decisions made in the name of loyalty can have significant implications for one's career. White's actions in defense of Rogan reflect a commitment to maintaining personal integrity, while also considering the long-term ramifications of such decisions. The importance of transparency and accountability in professional relationships becomes evident, especially when public perception is at stake. As the dust settled from the controversy, Joe Rogan continued to navigate his career with a renewed sense of awareness. While he retained his role as a UFC commentator, the incident prompted him to reflect on his platform and the impact of his words. Rogan began engaging in more thoughtful discussions about race and responsibility, using his platform to explore these topics with guests who offered diverse perspectives. Rogan's evolution as a public figure illustrates the potential for growth and learning, even in the aftermath of controversy. By acknowledging past mistakes and striving to foster more meaningful conversations, he aims to mitigate the impact of the incident and contribute positively to the ongoing discourse. For the UFC, the aftermath of the Rogan controversy presented an opportunity to reassess their commitment to inclusivity and diversity. The organization faced renewed scrutiny regarding its representation of fighters and stakeholders from various backgrounds. In response, the UFC began implementing initiatives aimed at promoting inclusivity and fostering a more equitable environment within the sport. The UFC's efforts to address these issues reflect a broader trend in sports and entertainment, where organizations are increasingly recognizing the importance of diversity and representation. By prioritizing initiatives that promote inclusivity, the UFC can work toward ensuring that all voices are heard and respected within the industry. The controversy surrounding Rogan also prompted the UFC to reevaluate its brand identity. As the organization continues to expand its reach globally, it must navigate the complexities of public perception and audience expectations. This journey requires a commitment to transparency, accountability, and a willingness to engage in difficult conversations. The UFC's ability to adapt to changing societal norms will play a crucial role in its long-term success. By fostering an environment that values diversity and inclusivity, the organization can build a brand that resonates with a broader audience and contributes positively to the sport's legacy. The relationship between Dana White and Joe Rogan serves as a microcosm of the complexities inherent in high-pressure environments like the UFC. Their loyalty to one another amid controversy highlights the importance of friendship and support in navigating challenges. As the UFC moves forward, both White and Rogan will continue to shape the narrative of the organization. Their journeys reflect the resilience of friendships and the potential for growth and learning in the face of adversity. The lessons learned from the controversy surrounding Rogan will undoubtedly influence their paths, reminding them of the power of words and the responsibility that comes with their platforms. In the end, the legacy of Dana White and Joe Rogan transcends individual controversies. Their contributions to the UFC and the broader conversation about race, responsibility, and accountability will continue to resonate in the world of sports and entertainment. As they navigate the future, their stories serve as reminders of the complexities that define not only their careers, but also the very fabric of the industry they helped build.